Sean Kingston resurfaces and is taking it back to his roots. Meet the multinational artist who is ridding herself of ISIS. DNA proves Bob Marley is not the father. The artist known as Fabian says he's now the truth. Our Rebel Salute 2016 review. All those stories and more coming up. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Winfred Williams. We'll be back.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. Onstage. So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. Success and more success defines Rebel Salute 2016.
Rebel Salute! Rebel Salute! Rebel Salute!
Grizzlies Plantation Court, January 15 and 16. Success in maintaining the festival's overall standard of quality.
Good, nice, clean reggae show. Really good show.
Success in terms of logistics. Success in bringing out massive crowds to both nights. Major success in delivering amazing performances and cameos, and delivering new features like the Herb Curb. This area set up at the back of the venue is the much touted Herb Curb, one of the new features of Rebel Salute 2016. And what it is basically is a bunch of tents set up back here showcasing the many uses of marijuana and of course disseminating information about marijuana. Some would say this is a shot in the arm for the advancement of marijuana legalization in Jamaica.
Give me the card like the doctor them abroad. Me say me want a medical marijuana card.
We are the Orange Hill Cannabis Research and Development Limited. It's a group of growers from Orange Hill who get together and went into the medical marijuana business. So we're trying to develop the most organic and clean strain. This is the result of the first test they made. It's full organic.
Marijuana value more than iron.
Just trying to sell all the things we have here. We grow it and we produce and we make it. Okay. And we manufacture it.
And you're trying to sell them tonight?
Yeah, man, we're trying to sell them tonight.
All right. Explain what they are for me.
All right, we have the ganja oil with coconut oil with it, honey in it, and we have the buster, and we have chips, so we sprinkle it with little herb. We have cakes, brownies.
It was an absolute success. I mean, for something happening for the first year, and what our company did, Epican, was an introduction to extractions of the cannabis oil and the medical benefits. And the crowd was overwhelmingly well received in a positive way. So I'd say it was an absolute success, and it can only get better should they continue this at the Rebel Salute.
Herb Curb, #1, Rebel Salute, #1 too. Of course, best reggae show in the world.
You may really love them, but you want it for
Is standing by my side, and why should I be afraid?
Nesbeth's performance at The Other Side of Midnight took the festival to higher heights of energy and excitement. His hit single My Dream, a big hit with Salute fans.
My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream. Tell them my dream is to live my dream.
But I'm feeling elated. I'm feeling. If you notice, I repeat feeling, because I can't find the words to really and truly say how much I really feel about it. But trust me, elated. I would just stick with that word, elated.
Look at me, when them treat me less than most.
They judge and rise me out of my bed. I mean, go and go wash my dread.
I felt a real connection with the people. Felt like it's like the people, I must say, yo, I could really listen what this brother here said. you know, as opposed to just wanting to be impressed by a new artist, you know what I mean? So we give thanks for that, and my music is listening music.
Tell them well done, Mr. Politician, man. Hallelujah!
You know, it's just a blessing that Rebel Salute is held in January, you know what I mean? So at the beginning of the year, you can come and get the spiritual upliftment.
And then there was Sanchez with a mesmerizing performance.
Staring in a crude brown eyes. Oh girl, I wanna hold you tight.
Rounding out night one was a host of hit-riddled performances.
I know I'll never love this way again. Everything on our road, every rest now so where there is life and there's hope, they say. So I know that there'll be
Another big winner on night one was Richie Spice. The people just couldn't get enough.
Searching for food for the crack. They do anything to full like yap. The barriers drop down. Together in a one love jump down.
On night two, the crowd at the venue was much bigger, with big performances to match. The night's flow was similar to that of Friday. Great performances to kickstart the night.
Baby, I'm not joking. It's not what I'm smoking. Really thinking now.
Then an artist at the other side of midnight to take things to another level. That artist was I-Octane. And then came the Love Dr. Beres Hammond in all his glory.
That constantly comes out. I don't feel it for nobody else. Only you love.
Everyone in the venue was spellbound by his melodies.
There is an overnight scheme workout designed to keep me down. Still I'm putting up resistance. Yes. Because you want to let me now you want to say times like these I'm missing our hero.
We're in the process now of getting to that element where the plane is up in the sky and then it's leveled out and, you know, the journey is on, you know, and that's how I feel about Rebel Salute. It's 23 years of the same concept, the same views, the same opinions, and the people still love it for that, you know, and you can't buy that. You have to just give thanks for that.
Hardcore dancehall Mavado put aside his gangster image for the more conscious David Brooks and won.
I call it a great performance.
And you brought on youngster Jamil on there. Was that pre-planned or what?
Yeah, well, most definitely, because, you know, Jamil, that's my little friend, you know. That's my friend, you know. Young artist and very promising, you know.
It's unfortunate, but I just a life set. You do good for people and they will forget.
At this point, everyone was ready to declare Beres Hammond the artist of night number 2. Who would you say is your favorite performer of the night?
Beres Hammond. Honestly, I'm Beres.
Beres Hammond.
But then came a major game changer. Some would say the unexpected. Half pint, dropping bomb after bomb after bomb.
So good, so great. To the Rebel Salute is in continuation of our music, and for him keeping this on, as him say, preserve the music. Me I do my part and I come for do it gladly. Yes. People them receive me happily and feel good right now in front.
Well, you know, we never really underrate ourselves, you know, but we just know that the morning was kind of steep, I've got so much big act. But you know, half pint that drop bomb, so we have to stay strong.
We had a plan, we executed the plan, We wanted it to come off very well. I think it did. It was well attended. People loved it more than what we expected. And so I'll say it's a successful Rebel Salute.
Bringing the curtains down on Rebel Salute 2016, pinches and turbulence.
Half pint, Movado. Me love all the artists them still, cause me a real reggae girl.
Yo, you know, my favorite performance still last night, you know, Nesbeth shell down the place. Show nice, you know. Balance.
Who would you say took the show so far?
Half pint. Berries without a doubt. Berries, half pint.
Show great, show great.
New news in the hospitality industry. Braco Village is now Melia Braco Village.
Melia only has 2 hotels in the English-speaking Caribbean, the second one being Jamaica, the first one being the Bahamas. Melia is a Spanish-owned company, and within the Melia brand, within the Melia hotel group, there are 7 brands, Melia being one of them.
Onstage had the privilege of being hosted by the resort for Rebel Salute 2016 and found that fans of the original layout and physical structure of the older Braco, which mimicked the historic Falmouth Square in Trelawney, will not be disappointed.
It's still very much the village, the traditional Jamaican village, the replica of Falmouth, but with the infusion of modernism that Melia brings with it.
So what difference does Melia, the biggest resort chain in the world, make to the product?
This is probably the best service you'll find in Jamaica, and there's a few elements that make it so. One, Melia is very strong in their training on what we call passion for service. So you have to exhibit that passion for service. When we hire, as a matter of fact, we don't look as much at skill as much as we look at attitude. And we want that very passionate, upbeat attitude.
Though opened for business over 3 weeks ago, Melia Braco promises to be a far cry from what now exists.
We're at a soft opening right now, and we're phasing in those services. So we have a very strategic plan that ends, or that should be completed by the end of February, and at that time, we will have all of the services.
The resort aims high above all else in its category, Jamaica's first 6-star property.
This hotel is breaking the 5-star threshold, and we are looking to be the first 6-star hotel, not only in Jamaica, but also in the Melia brand worldwide. So Jamaica is going to be the flagship Melia hotel.
All right, stay with us right here on stage. Still to come, Sean Kingston comes back to his roots. Empire Eye says bye to ISIS. Bob Marley is not the father, but the son in question says he's the truth. All coming up. We'll be back.
What's going on? Yeah. If you should see me crying, would you assist in mending a heart that has been broken? Oh, it could be you.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. Onstage. So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. Fabian is the artist who, after years of claiming to be the son of reggae legend Bob Marley, recently received a DNA test result that proved otherwise. But the 47-year-old Trenchtown-born entertainer, whose stage name is Fabian Marley, has no intention of removing Marley from his name. Fabian, our very special guest right now, right here on our stage. Fabian,
yes.
Sir.
Good to be here, Winfred.
Good to have you,
Good to be
sir.
on stage. And as I say, an article come out in the paper the other day that now I am Fabian the truth.
Do you or do you not accept the DNA test?
No, because why I don't accept it, and I'm going to tell you no. Why? I'll know I haven't seen the paper. After being to New York and hear all these tests has been taken, I don't see the paper all now.
You don't see nothing?
I don't
so
see
the
no
release
paper.
that came out in the paper was sent out by whom?
By the manager, without my consent.
The manager is who? Your manager?
Yeah, Clayton Thomas.
Is he still your manager?
Well, from that these things happening, him called me about a couple days after and said...
So there's dispute between you and your manager?
And I wouldn't say that. It looks all right now because him called me 3 days after the option come out in the paper and said, if I'm willing to change my name from Fabian Marley, he's willing to work with me. And I said to him, my name is legally D. Paul, with the Jamaican government, and it is also trademark with the United States government, registered.
That's the name,
Fabian Marley. It is a legal name, and the name that was there before O'Neill Stanford, it is written on the paper that they depol it, that it is illegal. But anyway, I don't have any problem. Since I was coming out in the world to say that Bob Marley is my father, I don't have to come out and say that. But my name, Fabian Marley, if I try to go and change it back, it will put me in problem, because it is done legally depol, and it has been said on the paper, what the birth registration, right, that you're not supposed to intend to change.
Yeah, but you will not use it anymore in public.
Because it is causing too much problem.
Your new name as a musical artist is?
Fabian the Truth.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
But Marley is retained only for business reasons.
Yes, because it is legal.
As a legal name for your business.
Yes, it is depol.
Do you know what are the legal implications of you continuing with the name?
Well, the legal implication, I have no problem with nobody. Fabian Marley right now, I come from the world
just
now.
asking if you have been advised by a lawyer about the retaining the name. Have you?
Yes, me have the lawyer right now. We say
it's okay to use it.
Yes, him say as long as it depol through the Jamaica government, it is legal.
But you won't be going around saying,
Bob Marley is my father, because this is causing too much controversy, and up to now, Fabian Marley don't get a DNA to show that he's my father or not. Because I said all these DNA that has been taken that they say matches. When I am in New York one day, the man they say that it matches with, me and him don't go in any lab.
But are you dropping the case, or are you going to continue to pursue
you see, Fabian Marley now, me ain't an eruption with nobody. Me is a peaceful youth. And that's why I always say, I apologize for this thing. Not to say I'm telling lie.
Yes.
I apologize to knowing that this thing is causing so much problem that I never think it would happen. I don't want to hurt my mother, I don't want to hurt anybody. Because this thing now, it coming like it would disturb my mother pass, and I don't want that.
Do you understand the concerns of the Marley estate?
Yes.
That if somebody gets up and say, Bob Marley is my father, that they would have to contest it and would have to ensure that this is so before they can accept you. Do you understand their position?
I don't have no problem
with that.
The Marley, because first, if I
and people do that all the while with celebrities.
First, if you look, this is happening from 2013, and each time them send me to take a DNA, I never refuse. The first DNA they send me to take, I go and do it. If I was a youth, I try something. From I hear about DNA, I wouldn't go hide. But true, I learned this from my early childhood, that Robert is my father. My mother tried not to make this be heard in public place for some reason, and I can't fight her for that. So I, Fabian, right here.
But Fabian,
yes.
let's be clear here and be frank. The conception of a child is typically between the two persons who are there in the sexual act that brings about that conception. I mean, unless there was an audience when sex was happening, and also they could see the conception taking place, nobody can really know. The man and the woman are the only two persons
can clarify.
who can say all they can say is that they had sex.
Yes.
Not even them know for sure if conception took place in that particular act.
Then suppose the man dead and the woman
then
don't decide.
Only one way you can prove that is DNA. Not what people tell you, because you kept saying people tell you.
Yes,
but nobody can tell you that that's your father.
And the people alone.
And
me and my mother have this reasoning conclusively years ago. And she tell me, she said, son, you said this thing, continue.
But if your mom don't want you to pursue it, and
you know why?
Aren't you embarrassing her in a sense?
Well, I'd say she's trying to just live this down, because the past, look.
Out of respect for your mom, I'm saying, Fabi.
Yes.
I mean, if that's her wish, I mean, it appears to be, and there she is now denying or not supporting your pursuit.
Listen, you see, out of the 100% kids in Jamaica, it was on the news the other day, 35, near to 40% is jacket. Most of them don't get them right father name. So the mother can come and deny the father's child only if the father is not there. If him die it worse, the child can come look in her father's face where it's not seen. Only if they take the DNA. That's why I was so willing to take this DNA until I reached to the Caledonia lab. Dr. Marley sent me, I find out the fullness about DNA. The both parties have to present there. So all these personal DNA that has been taken by my manager, both the kit that he buy and the one that he take in the lab with me alone, it is illegal. Because the lab that the Marley sent us told us that. Okay. So no one party supposed to come to take any DNA. So this is what I see. Me and the manager never come to any agreement for say, yes, I see everything. I never go in the lab with nobody.
So would you consider the matter settled now?
Yeah, I leave. This is a world court. And I leave God as the judge and the people as the jury. Nobody wants to Fabian come again and claims anything. Because look, enough youth right now to get them right, father, and them still know something and them not do it. Them just live with life, and that I shouldn't do. That is why my mother I tell me in a parable as when I'm younger, when I hear this and go to her. And I shouldn't just follow her. But some stronger power than both me and my mother caused this thing to reflect in the public.
Do you think you have some of the traits, some of the qualities, some of Marley in you? Do you feel Marley in you?
Marley, let me tell you this. From young youth, when I learned music out of East Kingston from the Scatterlight, man like Johnny Dizimore, him teach me to play piano. And out there I learn to play every instrument. Roland Alfonso, I learned music from the Scatterlight. Robert Marley was my idol from them time there as a little youth. His songs is a song that inspire me and thousands of people.
Millions around the world.
Robert Marley is a father to millions of people, both spiritual and physical. I am not the only one alone. Music greater than name. Because most of we don't even get the right surname here.
Talk about your music. Where is the music now?
Well, as I say, for 2-3 months, the music has been on the top 20 chart, for #1. Just last week, Friday gone, it slipped to #2.
What's the name of that song?
Nah, I go say me poor, so the Gens here. These Gens were promoted by the same manager, Clayton Thomas. Massive entertainment production in New York during the same time of the controversy. See him the button here? This is the button. Now I go say me poor. The song is doing very good. Because me and him go to France.
Would you say you are out there already as an artist? You're boss? You're established? Or are you still rising?
Well, I'm still rising. I'm trying to do my best to get...
Where have you played so far?
The last show that I performed on was GT Taylor show. The last GT show. I was the one that opened that show, yes. And I get good response from the people. Nobody wasn't, but they stand and give me a good listening. Because I'm a new artist on the road and people love the song. I get a good response from GT show.
Do you think if you were declared Marley, you would have been better off in music?
Well, I wouldn't say that, you know, because God and only Marley alone have the inspiration of music. And as a matter of fact, most of us in Jamaica, our descendants from Africa, we're born with music in our blood. That's why you see we are so musically talented, not only just Marley, but a few families here, not few here.
So music is all you do, right?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about music from my young youth, you know. I live off of music, and music feed me, and music give me everything. I don't know no more trade. But playing piano, because in my younger days, when I was around the Scatterlight, a band was formed named Sounds of Rainbow from East Kingston. Me, Rowan Lee, Courtney Soil. I was a piano man in the band, play synthesizer and carry harmony. That is in 1987, 88. That is out of Rockford. Anyway, coming along the years, the band kind of break up. Members of the band die, and just a few of us really left now, still doing the work.
Are you making a decent living out of music?
Well, let me tell you, I don't do music for money. I do music for the spiritual powers. Just know some I do the work of God. And
understood.
I love music so much that in my early days when I don't know about money or music, I just eager to learn the fullness of music. Because the song tell you, the singers went before and the players of instrument followed after. So It's a godly thing. This farther than Marley, this farther than the controversy, this farther than all of who we are thing. So instead of we there, you know, talk about DNA and controversy. So much thing are going on in the world now. People are suffering and dead for hungry. Make we just come together. So much genocide and do it because we have the gift. All the Marleys and all of the musicians them come together as one family now. And make we do the work and help the people.
So Fabian, we have to leave it there, so still.
Yeah, man, nothing, man.
Good to hear from you and good to meet you.
Yes.
And I can only wish you all the best with your quest.
Yes, my brother.
For peace of mind, for settlement of this issue.
Yeah. As I say, as I program today, and the world must know that I'm finished with this. I don't even want to see no more DNA or hear about no more DNA result.
All right, there you have him right here on stage, Fabian the Truth. Stay with us, still to come right here on stage, the artist who wants to remove ISIS from her name. And later, Sean Kingston, One and One.
He ain't fly, no. He don't even drive, no. That's why you call him my phone. It won't leave me.
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage. So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. My guest in this segment is a multinational recording artist who, up to last year, went by the name Empire Isis, but now wants to be called Empire I due to negative connotation generated by the Islamic terror group known as ISIS, ISIS. In addition to being multinational, she's multicultural, multilingual, and yes, multi-talented. She comes to our stage right now with her latest musical project, and it's called Confidence. Right now, right here on stage, Empire.
Yes, good,
Empire, so nice to have you. So, okay, first of all, establish your nationality for us, if there's one.
Yes, it's multi. My mother is British. My father is Moroccan from the Kingdom of Morocco, which is Northwest Africa. And then I was raised by my stepfather, who's from Uganda and Yemen. So I was raised by a black man from East Africa. And yes, my mom is white. And yes, my father's North African.
So are you multiracial too?
I guess I'm multiracial too.
Okay. All right. So how did Jamaica become part of your life?
Well, Jamaica has been in my life since all the way back in 2001. 2001, 2002, I came to Jamaica to make a documentary about the Bobo Shanties and black supremacy because story behind that, I left home when I was 16 to travel all over the Americas, the continent of the Americas. And I left with this theory that we Africans, along with the indigenous people, built the Americas. Okay. So I was gonna go live in every single place where Africans had an impact, from Argentina all the way to Mexico, all the way to Jamaica, all the way to Trinidad, everywhere. So I did. And then when I came to Jamaica, it was with that baggage, and then ended up at 7 Mile living with Billy Mystic from the Mystic Revealers. Oh. And then ended up in 9 Mile doing the documentary about the Bobo Shanties, and then meeting Kalanji, Sizzla, and so forth. And then my first album was recorded in Tuffgong in 2004 with Chinna Smith and Dean Fraser and Juba from Dubtonic Crew, big up yourself. Winta, who's keyboardist for Fabian Marley and also the producer for Protege and Chronix right now. Stone. So that was my first album. Okay. And then my second album, I was here over at Penthouse and Grafton. And then my third album, Black Scorpio, and this place and that place.
Your tour of the former colonies, slave colonies, was over when you came to Jamaica?
Once I reached Jamaica, I became Empire Isis. I was freestyling. I would be at 9 Mile with all young artists them, and they'd be like, you know, say you're a star, you have to let go the camera there. You have to pick up microphone. And then I ended up in front of Sizzla, and he's a great inspiration. Actually, he was on my second album, 2012. I moved to Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah, because you can't be in dancehall.
So there was. So
without
where was
being here.
music in your life before that?
Tons. 5 albums.
Yes, before Jamaica.
No, before Jamaica, I was in Empire Isis or Empire I. My mother's a director, so I grew up in the theater.
Okay.
So I was always acting, singing, dancing.
Oh, so
that
music was
part.
there, but not as a solo career per se.
Yeah.
So the career actually started in Jamaica.
Yes.
As an artist, as a recording artist.
Because of you guys.
Okay.
Straight up.
But your music isn't exclusively Jamaican music, is
No.
it?
No.
All right. Talk about the other projects that you've worked.
Well, I kind of relate to Sean Kingston, which is a kind of a mixture of pop, hip hop, and dancehall. So I rap, I chat, and I sing. My background was roots reggae. That's where I first started, but dancehall was always the thing that most made me passionate, you know, and dancehall always made me feel powerful because I would end up at these freestyle shows, freestyle like events in New York where actually Nicki Minaj back in the day, it's like 2006, 2007, where a dancehall artist would kill a hip hop artist. It's very hard for a rapper on a 4/4, you know, to beat a dancehall artist who comes in with melody and flow and style. It's like, I was always so impressed by that. So I knew that if I was to actually have dancehall to be in something that I can make a living off of, that I would have to come to Jamaica. Jamaican people would have to get to know me, and then I would have to go deep, flow-wise, promo-wise, the road-wise, selectors, all that whole lifestyle that comes with dancehall that you have to understand.
Yes.
You know. So I do these other things. I do these big pop records and EDM records that are in CoverGirl commercials and video games. And I have a hip hop track, one of my biggest hits actually, called "Get Up on It," which is right now the promo song for HBO Girls, the biggest comedy on HBO.
Okay.
Back in the day, I didn't know how to be in dancehall and survive and make money and be able to continue being Empire, okay? So I just did what I could.
So your music is as diverse as your nationality.
Pretty much.
All right. So talk about you had an accident.
Massive
Accident.
Massive
A
life-changing.
near-death
Yes.
experience, actually. How did you recover? How was that for you?
Well, believe it or not, some people don't believe it, but I'm actually still recovering.
You're still recovering?
Yes. I have 13...
talk about the accident.
Okay,
it happened here in Jamaica.
It happened here in Jamaica. There's one every week or 2 weeks with someone who's very special to me. I like to go to Bath St. Thomas to Lego to Kingston vibes and just kind of fresh up the spirit and the soul. So it was 7 in the morning. We were driving back from Bath St. Thomas, and you know that area called Grandspan, which has this kind of zigzaggy. Yeah, well, in one of those we went around the corner and there was a huge truck in our lane, and almost kind of smack we, and then after that we smacked into a pole, and then I had to be rushed to Kingston Public Hospital where I spent 2 days. God bless everyone at KPH who had your girls back, because I was not a very nice person during those 2 days, and I don't remember any of it. I had amnesia. So I had brain fractures. Like if you touch my skull, I have holes here. And I have lots of titanium in my head and in my forehead right now. 2 months ago, I had a titanium screw taken out of my forehead. Very, very happy about that. So yeah, my nose was broken. This arm was broken. I was in physiotherapy for 7 months. I had about 11 doctors. I was airlifted on a small jet to Canada, to the Montreal General Hospital to get emergency surgery. So it was really, really intense. And just the way that I'm explaining it, I know that you guys hear the physical part of it, and it's so atrocious, the story. But to be honest, it's the psychological part that is much harder because I'm someone who left home when I was 16 and I've traveled to 40 countries and I've always gone like wherever I want, like whenever I want.
And this was last year,
This
2014, was it,
actually,
or 13? When was
April, it happened April 26th. I was flown out April 29th, and my major surgery was May 10th, and then I had another surgery in October.
And we just had a similar, we lost a dancehall artist.
Yes.
In a similar kind of accident.
And it made me, what happened, God bless her soul, Jay Capri, who I'm also a huge fan of hers. It was something that psychologically, it actually kind of set me back because it made me relive everything that I've gone through to get to this moment right now. Having lost a sister in a compadre, a comadre in dancehall, just a few months after what I went through, it's very, very shocking, and I'm actually probably not quite still over it. I'm still psychologically working through a lot of stuff. I say that this accident actually just knocked me off my pedestal, and I'm reborn with a second lease on life, with a second chance. I wanted to come back to Jamaica and make sure to share my story and my experience with you Jamaicans and see if we can uplift each other together on this new journey, which in 2016 I would definitely like to be part of, one of the people that brings dancehall to different places that it hasn't necessarily been. So I think that I'm a good ambassador for it. I think that people don't see the beauty of what is dancehall and on a lyricist level. You know, people who are out there watching this, if you're into things that are lyrical, study dancehall, okay? And I tell this to all the rappers, study dancehall, bro.
Did you start to get a negative from being called ISIS? Did it start to affect your career? Why you decided to change?
You know, a big artist yesterday told me, you know, you go have to let me call you ISIS little more because this empire I thing, I'm not dead yet. But yes, it did affect me slightly. I mean, you have to understand, I have a huge piece of my fan base that are in Africa. So to them, ISIS, you know, they know goddess, ISIS, Egypt, and ISIS, bad gangsters in Syria and Iraq. They know the difference. The problem is that I have a lot of fans in the US. So on my Facebook fan page, every once in a while, every couple of days, actually, since Donald Trump is really what made my thing worse. But every couple of days, they'd be like, Muslims, yes. I'm gonna blow you up, you raghead.
Oh yeah, you're getting
And then
threats?
so I would write back, oh, hi, Steve, or hi, Mark. You do realize I'm an artist, right? Check out my music, bless. And then they'd write back, oh my God, I love your music. You're so cool. And I'm like, God.
You had the name before
since 2002.
The Islamic State.
Yes,
Before they were named ISIS.
It's just that, you know, the beheadings on YouTube, that kind of, let's say their views got bigger than my views, and so our videos started getting mixed together, and that's not a good look.
So when when somebody looks you up,
yeah,
ISIS is popping up.
They're popping up.
Oh wow!
And I'm not about that. I'm not about violence. I'm not about separation. I am not about xenophobia. I'm not about religious fundamentalism. I grew up in a very religiously free family, very, very, very spiritual, very, as you said in your intro, multilingual, multi everything.
Yeah.
So that's always been, I mean, I'm one of the few Arab or North African artists that you can see online who's actually even been to Israel. So sometimes I have my Senegalese or my Kenyan or my Lebanese writing me like, how come you went to Israel? And I'm like, because we are not our parents. We are a brand new generation and we stand for something new. So that I want to say to all of the Jamaicans, be proud of where you're from, because it makes me so fascinated that here I am on stage with Winford Williams.
And you speak all the languages, don't you?
Yes.
How many?
I speak 6 languages, and language is what shows people that you're respected their culture and that you're fascinated with what they do and with who they are. So this to me is my way to show, you know, Brasileiros or Colombiano, Venezolano, Argentino, or Jamaican, or Trini, or a Mexicano, you
All
know?
right, stick a pin right there. Let's get to know a little bit more of your music right now.
But still a top notch. Spend my own money, no need man free cash. Push my own key, girl placement, I got some gal on this and them every man smash. Diva, they call themselves a diva. Certain things gal I do for the achiever. Me rather wait upon time, I go freak out for mine. For keeping it real, about that I'm a believer.
The name is Confidence, that track. And the video is being released for the first time, I take it? Okay.
Right here with you on the cartwheel rhythm.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are people surprised about your dancehall credentials?
A lot.
They wouldn't look at you and know that you can do that, do they?
Not really. I don't know why. Why?
Why? Because as you say, dancehall is a tough thing to do.
It is. It
you
is.
know, and
it's a gladiator sport.
Yeah, it's tough, and you don't look Jamaican
no.
or anything. So,
what do I look like?
Well, you know, you look like European, a Caucasian European, Canadian fit, British fit.
Okay.
North African.
North African.
Sort of.
Pass for a couple of different places, right? But
all right. So where do you go from here now?
Where do I go from here? Right now, building a buzz in Jamaica, releasing some different singles. I'll have a next single called Sekol Dong. Coming shortly, and a video for it too. I have a next song called Beggy Beggy. These are all my dancehall specific, but then I also have some reggae, ska, EDM coming out for the European market. So just go to my soundcloud.com/EmpireI. Go to my youtube.com/it's still Empire ISIS. We're working on it. It's taking some time. What I want right now is for Jamaican people to get to know me, and for me to get to know them a little more, and to make dancehall slightly more international in terms of more inclusive of other people.
So what are some of the pushbacks you've received trying to get into the Jamaican thing?
Well, as a woman, you're highly sexualized, okay? So in this business, I mean, men will approach you on that level at first. So you have to be very clear. And then that might not be pleasing sometimes to said person who might be like, no, I'm not gonna play your song. I have other ways that I can make my money, you know, with songs being in video games and commercials and TV shows and movies and stuff like that, which thanks God.
But you are more settled and more accepted now, aren't you?
I mean, I can't speak for other people, but what I feel in my heart, I feel like I belong. I feel lovely here. I miss you all so much when I'm not.
Empire.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to have you. Great story.
Absolute pleasure.
We want to wish you all the best with your music, and we hope you will be able to lift the music. I hope you can achieve your objective in spreading dancehall bigger and wider.
Thank you so much, and you do a wonderful job, and thank you for having me here today.
It's my pleasure. So there you have her right here on stage, Empire, our very special guest in this segment. Stay with us, still to come right here on stage, Mr. Kingston, Sean Kingston.
He ain't fly, no. He don't even drive, no. That's why you call him
Reaching more and more screens around the world every week. On stage, so much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. In 2007, he was only 17 when this single made him a household name worldwide.
You're way too beautiful, girl.
a feat that brought immeasurable glory to brand Jamaica, as the teenager who resides in the US turned out to be every bit a Jamaican.
Kingston!
Of course, it's Sean Kingston we're talking about, whose beautiful girl Gem paved the way for a string of followers. And before long was an internationally acclaimed recording star.
Not a problem, baby.
But the Florida-based Jamaican has been off the radar for a little while now and is right now resurfacing right here on our stage. Sean Kingston, sir.
What's up, bro?
Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
What's your business at home at this time?
You know, I had to come back in my country, man. I felt like, you know, I've been a lot of places. I've been going through a lot with my career and a lot of stuff like that. So I wanted to come back home and, you know, get that feeling, get that love. You know, I love to be in Jamaica. I'm a proud Jamaican, even though I was born in Miami.
Mhm.
So I got to come, you know, I had to come back home and, you know, get that culture, get that vibe.
Yes, because when we say you're every bit a Jamaican, though you were born in Miami, you went to school in Jamaica. Your mom is a Jamaican.
Full
Jamaican,
Full
100%,
Jamaican.
and your dad.
Yep.
Right. So, and you were raised as a Jamaican, in every way.
Yeah, man.
The culture, the food, everything. Because I visited your home in Florida.
And I oxtail
And it's a 100% Jamaican home.
Exactly.
Oxtail, I cook rice and peas, the works.
Yep.
See?
So also while I was here, I was able to, you know, go to my old school, Ultra Race High, and talk back to the kids and donate a few laptops to them. And it felt amazing, you know what I'm saying? It felt amazing to be able to give back and to, you know, put a smile on those kids' faces and give them hope, you know, inspire them that they could be, you know, I was just like them, and they could be, you know, they could do anything they want to do if they put their mind to it and follow their heart and their dreams. So.
Okay, so that's important to you, helping Jamaican kids?
I love it. Love giving back. You know, it's anywhere, but you know, this is home, so I definitely love giving back. Especially I went there, so I had to go up there.
Mm-hmm. So how's the school doing now? Where is it now? And when you compared your days there?
Well, it looks a lot better. You know, they built the auditorium.
It has improved.
it improved. I went there, I was like, wow, it definitely, they added on a lot of stuff, and they have an auditorium that's real nice now, a new auditorium that they built, so the kids could go there, and that's where I performed a couple songs for them. I've been going to a lot of schools, though. I went to Popline High, I went to Augusttown Primary, and, you know, just been going around town and talking to the kids, man.
Oh, nice. That's nice. Maybe one day they will rename the Ocherius Primary, the Sean Kingston Primary. All right. So why have you been a little bit upset?
Well, you know, I really, for me, it's like I was going through a lot of stuff on my record label.
Yes.
And I didn't want to rush creativity. You know, I felt like at a young age, I've started off so high, you know, with a platinum selling album, being nominated for a Grammy, that I wanted my fans to see me back in the light, that it was kind of how I wanted it to be, you know, in the direction I wanted to go. So I told my label to hold off on everything, and I wanted to get my project the way I wanted to get everything as far as creative-wise, direction, the way I wanted it to be.
So you wanted creative control of your work?
Yes, of how I want to release music, what type of music I want to release. And, you know, just for me, just getting back to what made, you know, what started me, you know. And a lot of times when artists at my level, you have people pulling you this way, you have people telling you this, you have people telling you that. So I kind of wanted to do what I wanted to do this time, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing a lot of writing, like, you know, Liquor with Chris Brown, I co-wrote that. I did a lot of stuff. For Usher. I did like 2 records on Usher's new album that's about to come out. So I've been doing a lot of writing behind the scenes, but I'm excited for this new album.
Okay. So you know you were able to achieve the creative control that you seek.
Yeah, just because, you know, I'm 25 now. I've been through so much, and I'm at an age where I know what I want. I know what direction I want to go. I know what type of business deals I want to do. I know how I want to, you know, my career to go from here. So for me, it's just really about taking things to the next level and how I wanted to do. So I came down here for New Year's, and it started off as a vacation, but I started working with producers, started getting the vibe, ended up shooting a video here, and just really want to take it my way, so that way I could show the record label, okay, you know what, I listened to you guys before, and now let's try Sean Kingston.
So you're with the same label?
Yeah.
In a 360 deal, I would imagine.
No, we don't do those type of deals.
No, you don't use that term.
We'll use that term. We got ownership. It's a partnership with LA Reid. We have a partnership.
Oh, a partnership?
Yeah.
Wow, Jamaican artist.
I actually have my own record label, Time is Money Entertainment, which we have artists like Tory Lanez, which he's going through Interscope. He has Say It. I have Ayaz, which had that record Replay. He's about to come back out. This new artist Khalil that me and Justin Bieber teamed up with. So I have a lot of, I have my own imprint too.
So who are the producers you've been working with?
Man, I've been working with some amazing producers. Jordan, Chimney Records, Steven. I've been working with, I'm gonna work with Sly and Robbie. I'm gonna work with Tony Kelly, a couple producers out here.
Okay, good. All right, let's take a video for one of these tracks, and I think it's the one from Chimney Records. Right?
Yeah.
Let's go to it. Let's do it.
Kingston, yeah. Can me love the way your body shapes. Yeah, you take me to another place. Can't wait for no other day. We are gonna make the link one away. One away. We are gonna love one away, one away.
One away. That's Kingston in Kingston, Jamaica. Wow. That's a real Kingston vibe there, man. Yeah, them hot girls and the old Kingston vibes, it's for real.
Yes, really.
So those of you who didn't know what Kingston looks like at night, nightlife in Kingston, that's Kingston in Kingston, Jamaica, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's out now for the world to see. The record, are you getting rotation yet?
No, I didn't. This is the first time it's ever. This is the first time I've ever seen the video actually.
Okay.
So it just got done.
So the track is not out.
No,
on
it's not even
radio and so on yet.
No.
Okay, there you have it. On stage, nowhere else. First time ever. So this is just one of many projects that you've recorded in Jamaica, but only one video you've done, right?
Yeah, one video I've done so far. This is actually just like my setup single. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I want to start back with something that was Caribbean, that shows my roots, it shows my culture. I feel like what makes me different from a lot of artists is that I can do pop melodies, I could do rap, I could do, I'm Jamaican, I have that Jamaican flair too. And I feel like a lot of people can't merge the three, especially with R&B too. So I feel like I wanted to start off with something that was more of that vibe, Caribbean vibe, and then go to what I normally do, which is a big pop radio record, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so I know that you were close to Buju growing up as a youngster. He was a friend of your family.
Yep.
And you got some level of mentorship from him, right?
Yeah, like when I was living out here and I was going to school, I went up to his studio a couple of times, and he's an amazing guy. He taught me a lot of stuff when it comes to the music stuff, like how to do harmonies, and because I was always quick with melodies, but I never knew how to do harmonies and how to do pre-hooks and verses and stuff like that. So he helped me and structure that type of stuff. So much respect.
Okay, have you been able to speak to him since all of this?
Yeah, I spoke to him like 3 times already.
3 times?
Yeah, so he'll be home soon. I'm excited.
Okay, we're good. We're all looking forward to the return of the Gargamel.
Yeah.
To the space. All right, so you move from here now, Sean, into I suspect promoting this single and promoting some of these projects that you've done in Jamaica. Is there a specific itinerary for it yet, or is it still unfolding, developing?
It's still developing. The album, I just came up with the album title. I think I want to name it Redemption, because I've been through so much negativity stuff, and a lot of people, a lot of stuff in my career, in my label. My fans been wanting to know what's going on, but I feel like my family and my team and people that I really love so much, that I grew up with, that really knows the real Sean, has brought me back and where I need to be. So I feel like I want to name it that, but I don't have no date yet. But so far I have Chris Brown, I have Enrique Iglesias, I have Megan Trainor, I have Robin Thicke, I got everybody. Rick Ross, everybody. So it's gonna be a crazy album.
Oh yes, that's a star-studded album right there.
And these are all
confirmed. These are confirmed collabs or singles on the collabs?
Confirmed. I don't know what's gonna be singles yet, but on the album for sure.
Okay, but they will be on your next release, your next project that you release out for the world, and we can't wait to see that, Sean.
I'm excited, man. Thank you.
Blessed.
I respect.
Thanks for coming through and talking to us. Hail up your mom for us.
Yeah, man, you don't know.
And tell her when next we're in Florida, we're coming for rice and peas. No oxtail though. Fish. All right, sir. Thank you. All right, there you have him right here on stage, Mr. Kingston, Sean Kingston, in Kingston, Jamaica. And that's our show for this week. Winford Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage.
One away. We are gonna love one away, one away. We are gonna love one away. Yeah, me love the way your body shape. Yeah, you take me to another place. Can't wait for no other day. We are gonna make the link one away.
Hi, thanks for watching our video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking right here and enjoy so much more where that came from.
Me now use $2 million fix back a bench.
As for the Gorgon's long-standing court case,
Well, right now my case reached now a thing with them call name end court.